Wow, it's a fan.
This is Winnie.
She loves you.
I'm so excited. Really?
Yeah, she was just saying how well you did at the roast.
Oh my gosh, everyone's talking.
Yeah.
Everyone's barking.
You killed.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels good, right?
Yeah, it's nice.
Is this your favorite one you've ever done?
I think that they've all, yes, sure, because it's like changed my life.
Yeah.
But like based on the fact that it was live, people knew I did the best. But I have to say, like, I usually do the best ever. Not the best, but like one of the, like I'm always in the
standout.
top 3.
Totally.
Yeah.
Of it. And I've always felt like after the roast, I've always felt the same of like, yeah, I showed up, but this one, because they didn't edit it to make everyone else's look good,
true.
people kind of tell. We're on now.
Yeah,
right?
we're on.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah, so that sounds braggy or whatever, but like I didn't like it. Just felt in line with the rest of the stuff I've done. But I think it's changed my life.
Yeah, I mean you're everywhere.
It's insane.
I appreciate you squeezing us in. I mean, it's
this
Ern
is
and
the
Rich
best.
Eisen and even Josh Adam Myers. You got pretty good.
After the roast, my mom literally went up to Tom Brady. Like we were not supposed to like be able to meet him, but he was leaving as we were coming backstage. I'm Nikki's mom. Wasn't she great? He's like, I don't even know who Nikki is. Like, I just learnred her name and I'm going to forget it by the time I get to the car. Like,
so
Minaj?
yeah, he was a little shell shocked after that. So it was just but just hearing my mom, because I have already walked away and she's behind me and say, wasn't she great? Making Tom Brady have to go, yeah, she was great. It was just, ugh.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
The line, one of my favorite parts of the roast is when it's because you see so many cutaways to just random people at the roast, just random famous people.
Totally.
But for some reason, I think my favorite cutaway was you did that joke about I would join a lottery. I would sign up for a lottery.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? And then
I would shoot my boyfriend in the face for a lottery ticket to suck your dick. Yeah.
amazing. And it cuts away to Todd Glass like losing to see a comic that happy and laughing that
He
hard.
was the best
For
laugher.
some reason seeing Todd Glass just made me happy.
So satisfying. Yeah.
I love
You
him.
were so tight on that because, like, Jeff Ross is obviously, a great roaster, but he was kind of a lot of this and like, how about I give it up for that? And you were just like machine gun. I loved it.
Yeah, I just didn't want anything to happen that I didn't have control over.
Sure.
So I didn't want to give room for anyone to get up and come up to the mic and say something, and I had worked it out so fucking much.
You could tell.
That it was like I didn't need the prompter.
Where would you roast it? Roast it. Where'd you work it out? Sorry.
Laugh Factory, Improv, Comedy Store, like all, that's I would do like 6 sets a night.
Were certain jokes crushing in the room that didn't do quite as well there, or vice versa?
There were a lot of jokes I pulled because, you had to set the stage. So, like, the audience at the Laugh Factory on 11 p.m. show on a Wednesday night don't know who Drew Bledsoe is. So it was like, okay, so Drew Bledsoe, so you understand, he's the reason we know Tom Brady. He was in, like, you have to give all this backstory. So you're like, is this going to work if I don't use the backstory? And then you have to describe what people look like. I'm like, Sam J is a black lesbian with short hair, and that's all you need. There's more to her, but that's all you need to know to understand that joke.
Totally.
And so the stuff about, like, I want to suck this guy's dick and how hot you are, like, that's a little wonky because you're talking to a person that's not there and you're trying to and they kind of sense that it's a performance rather than in the moment. So I will say, like, I think it's the hardest thing to do because you just can't plan for what it's going to be like in the room and when those people are sitting there.
And it's live.
And it's live.
It's still number one. I was just saying I was on an airplane. 8 laptops were watching the roast.
Yeah. I was on it yesterday. Yeah, it's everywhere. The fact that it was live was terrifying, but I'm so glad it's over. Don't you just like, I keep saying that and I think people who care about me and having a good career are like, stop saying that you worked hard and that you're glad it's over. And I'm like, but that is the truth of it. Like, I did well because I worked hard. And we want all, I feel like we want TV stars and things like this just to be naturally, that's just the way they are. But like, we don't mind athletes working extremely hard. And that's like, oh, that's how they got it. And that's why they're great. But I did work extremely hard. And I'm fucking so glad it's over because it was so much pressure. And did I have fun during it? No. Did I have fun as soon as I sat down? Yes. That's why I was begging to go up soon because I didn't want my whole time up there like, ha ha ha, and like looking at the prompter, making sure other jokes of mine weren't being done. I mean, poor Andrew Schultz. The immense amount of anxiety that you have watching the prompter and just to see if your joke comes up, because your joke's already locked in, and it's a live show. There's no commercial breaks. There's no like, hey, someone did my joke. Can we take it out of the prompter? You just have to like do your act. Kevin Hart did one of my jokes.
Whoa.
And he said that Tom's dick got CTE from like fucking so much after Giselle, and I had a joke about masturbating to Tom that my clit got CTE, and I thankfully had a tag that like made it different.
Right.
But it was the same joke, and I was like, how did no one catch that? What else didn't they catch? So,
I didn't catch that.
Yeah,
But
well, thank God.
Clit is different enough.
It was different enough, and there was enough time in between us that was perfect for them to forget.
But this is all going on in your head as you're sitting there.
And I'm like kind of like talking to my lav mic, like, I have a joke that's the same, but I don't have an in-ear. No one's getting back. I can't.
Whoa.
And so Kim Congdon, who worked with me on my set, is sitting front row, and I'm just looking at her, I go, what do I do?
Oh, my God.
And like Jeff Ross is at the day, so I'm like laughing and and I'm like, and she just goes, just do it. And I was like, yeah, just do it.
Good
like there's,
advice.
and then I
So
said,
helpful to have that there.
oh, because there was no one else to, Jeff sat down afterwards, and I go, Jeff, Trevin had the same joke as me. And he goes, which one? And I explained it. He goes, just do it. And I was like, okay, that's all I needed. But it was, and I kind of, I really got lucky, as you guys know, of like, the amount of time that an audience can like subconsciously forget. They won't laugh as hard at that joke. It just, there's no chance because they've heard it, but they don't know that they've heard it. They won't be able to place it. So it was exact amount of time that they could forget. If I would have been up 5 minutes earlier, it would have been like confusing to people.
Exactly. And that's stuff the audience will never understand.
No.
It's just experience of doing comedy over and over.
Yeah, but there's so many things when it comes to a roast set that I think I didn't really even consider. I think when I first was doing roast sets, it's like, just do the funniest jokes. If the joke is the funniest, put it together. And then you just have a bunch of jokes that are kind of non sequitur. But so many jokes are like, there was one about Tom Brady's diet and how his refrigerator is a lot like Kevin Hart, empty inside. And it's like, that works if you like know Kevin Hart is kind of soulless and just says yes to everything. But most Americans just think Kevin Hart's like, he loves what he's doing, and there's intention behind it, and there is. And I come to find out he's not as empty inside as I thought, but he actually is a thoughtful person. But that joke, I was like, okay, it'll work, but now we have to have two jokes leading up to it that kind of present that idea. So like every joke you make, you have to like kind of tell the audience. That's why jokes like, saying, things like, when I go, Andrew, or Julian, you squinty-eyed fuck boy, like that's setting up how I feel about him, other than like just doing a joke about him being a fuck boy. And so that was like a device we kind of found. But there's so much.
Edelman was great.
He was so great.
I used to do a podcast with him. He's my buddy. So
That's right.
I knew he was going to kill because he was sending me the jokes before, and I was like, just give my 2 cents on it. But he was like so fucking nervous, and I was like, I don't know if people were telling you this. Go up at the Comedy Store. And he did. He did. He
was the only one because I was out. It was like me and Jeff, and then Andrew Schultz was here doing stuff in New York. But I go, where's Tom Brady going on? Like, you have to run this somewhere. You have to say it out loud, other than on your private jet to your two agents.
I saw Randy Moss. Tough spot. I mean, he had to follow you, and he was adorable. He's like, I gotta say, I'm nervous.
It was cute.
So adorable. I was like, I love this guy.
Yeah, everyone came off great. Gronk was hilarious. I just felt like it was
was hilarious, and also these guys like Gronk and Edelman, I think, and Moss, I think they're very humble guys because they're so they're all so great. But
they're so
accomplished. Moss was like one of the best receivers ever, but like, and obviously, but Edelman was another like late pick. He was another like late,
really?
So he wasn't supposed to be this, and he knows it, and that's why he's such a humble, nice guy.
Yeah,
and he's 5'10",
and he worked his ass off.
Oh yeah,
Sure.
And that's the thing. These guys that's like the whole thing about Taylor Swift dating Travis Kelce, and people are like, why is it working? It's like, because he's secure. He like knows who, he's not like this like a tortured artist who's like insecure. I feel like athletes are like, they have championships. They have like stats to like document how great they are. It's not just like hearsay.
Black hole of insecurity that we can't fill.
There's just like a lot of security around it. So although I saw Gronk before the roast and he seemed really calm, and I go, what? Are you calm about this? Because I'm nervous. And he's like, no, I'm freaking out. Like that was really, he was like, this is worse than like Super Bowl, like
Oh,
the
yeah.
way I'm feeling right now. And someone said the same thing about
What?
Tom Brady. Said he was.
in the Super Bowl?
Someone said that Tom Brady was pacing around. And someone very close to him said he was pacing around in the bowels of the Kia Forum in a way that they've never seen him before a game, and that it was that high level of a performance, and it makes sense because he's never done it before. But I thought that they just all were so charming in themselves, and like just how cute it was, which we've all been there, where Gronk is like, and I wrote that one. He felt what it's like to write a joke and have that response. Like,
yes.
You kind of saw him understand how great it feels to write jokes. Yeah, it was really cute.
I did a private event with Gronk once, and they literally paid him to just go there and get drunk with them.
Yeah.
And I had to do a set for like the worst the people that got drunk with Gronk.
Right.
The worst fucking crowd ever.
Yeah.
And he was so cool. He was such a nice...
He's so nice. Yeah, humble.
Yeah.